Okay. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. So this is my first official episode of Lunar Sessions with a lovely guest. Today we have Josh Middleton. I work quite closely with him. He is releasing his next single called Somebody's Sorry tomorrow. It's the second single coming off his his album scheduled to be released later this year. It follows Caught Up. It is an insane song. You guys must hear it. It's absolutely incredible. So look out for it. But I just want to welcome my guest. Let me just invite him. Here we go. Oh, look at that piano in the back.
Yeah.
So beautiful. Not that I can play, but I'm going to come and get Eden to play on it. Anyways.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for joining me, Josh, for my first official episode of Lunar Sessions. I know that you know quite a bit about what the concept is. I've explained it to you. It's about having empowering conversations with people that are doing really cool things. And I just thought it was so fitting to have you as our first official guest because you're releasing your next single tomorrow. For those of you watching, Josh is 17. I've been watching his career since he was 14 when he released Monster, and I'm such a sucker for dubstep, so I absolutely loved it. We have been going to the same vocal coach, which is quite cool, and we work quite closely together now. Josh is releasing his next single of his forthcoming album tomorrow. It's called Somebody's Sorry. It's absolutely amazing. And Josh, I just wanted to get in touch and just say, how are you feeling about the release tomorrow? Are you excited?
I'm super excited. Hey, I'm really, really, really excited. I think I was in studio about 2 weeks ago, and I was literally telling the producer, I was like, this is the most excited I've ever been for a song to release. I think it's just because it's such a deep song and it's quite intense. I think that from my point of view, it's really cool working with new people, and when you create a song that's got this really, really good message behind it, that's really true, that you believe in, then I don't know, it's really exciting for me. Just because of that. It's not a love song. It's not something that everybody can relate to, even though it's quite a relatable song.
Sorry about that. Okay, working with a producer that works with such cool different artists that are up and coming, they're also young and really taking over. And I think it's really refreshing to see an artist like yourself doing the same thing, working with different producers. You normally work with Crichton. You work with them since you were very young.
100%, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So then, what is the song about?
I think it's about being human. I think that everybody needs someone, and in the song I'm kind of apologizing for the fact that I'm human and that I need someone, and I just wish that somebody would come along and take me along with them, it's a really deep message. But I think that the reason why it's taken me so many years to write the song, it's just because I wanted to get the message right, if you know what I mean. Yeah.
Such an important concept and platform is to believe that we are only human. If we might make mistakes, we're all hustling and trying our best. A lot of us are trying to know what to do, and it's so nice to have someone like you to relate to, that you are only human, somebody who's on the, you're on social media, you've got a humongous following. It's so constant for people like you to come and be like, okay, listen, I'm only human, I'm not going to make mistakes, I'm not going to get this right all the time. And it's also, something that I've come to terms with, that in relationships and family relationships, just in general, they carry so much shame around with that. And that has been something I've learned a lot about.
Exactly.
So thank you so much for writing a song about this. I relate to so many words on it, and I'm not just biased. What is in the plans? You're releasing a music video tomorrow as well, which you also directed, which is very cool.
Yes, yeah.
How was directing your first music video?
It was really, really fun. I'm a really hands-on person, so the moment I was able to get more involved, I think it just gave me an opportunity to get a product that I really, really liked in the end. But I think that I think what's so awesome is that we're doing this continuous theme with the album, that most of the music videos are continuous. They've been taken in one take, whether that be with Caught Up when we were in the Dam, to now Somebody, where we're in this really, really modern studio. And it's quite cool because we've timed it that band members only join when they start playing in the song, and you can't see them originally when you come down. This is something everybody will notice when they watch the music video tomorrow. But
yes.
Yeah.
I will be sharing it on all the pages so you guys can check check it out. Obviously, it's not available right now, but it will be interesting tomorrow morning. But I've seen all the sneaky content because, as I said, Josh and I work together. So it's really, really cool. And are you going to carry the concept of a one shot throughout?
Definitely.
You didn't talk about that.
Yes.
Okay, what was your idea behind that?
The whole continuous shot, it actually kind of came naturally with Caught Up. And then because we loved that result so much, we decided to just make it a theme for the project.
Okay, very different. You're making different moves. Very cool.
Thanks.
And then, okay, so far, what would you say has been the highlight of your career? I mean, you're only 17, but you've had 4 years. How many years that you've been working? 3-4 years.
It's
and you've
4
already
years.
accomplished so much. So what is your highlight?
I would say, this year I've definitely grown the most with Caught Up and Stay that I did last year as well. Even I think that this album for me is like the pinnacle of where I am. But I would say that, like, I don't know. I think the highlight would probably be this album that's coming out later this year.
It's very cool. It really, really is. And I've seen how much you've grown as an artist, as a human. I mean, I remember seeing you when you were much younger, and now you've taken your career by the horns, and you're like an entrepreneur in your career. You are using modern techniques, older techniques to grow your platform, and you're doing it all independently, which is so cool because I really do believe now is the time for the independent artist, and I feel like you're in front of that. And so many people can follow by your example. Using social media, having a team that believes in you, that works with you, that trusts you, you trust them. So important. So what would you say is your, I don't know, little secret or little tip for somebody following in your footsteps?
I would say just building an extremely strong team. I think that having a bunch of really supportive and proactive people, if you surround yourself with them, I mean, that's the key to success in a way, I would definitely say. Obviously, I mean, like, music comes first, and writing and putting your head down and creating this really beautiful product. But ultimately, having a team that believes in you and that works really hard is the key, I would say. Which you would know, but yeah.
But I mean, your team is great. Like, there really is such a good people, and everybody works so hard, and everybody believe in the productivity, and that really helps. Something that we're all passionate about.
Yeah.
That really, and then you just like this powerhouse. But this leads me to my next question. So you talked about writing and music. I'm an artist myself. There's so many parts of being a musician. You putting yourself on the line. You're vulnerable.
Yeah.
There's so many parts of it that's so intimidating. Would you say, I'm sure you've been in studio so long.
Yeah.
Would you say that studio is intimidating still, or you kind of got the hang of it live? What is your challenges as an artist?
I mean, I'm actually a really introverted person, just generally. So when it comes to performing live, I've really got to push myself. But in the studio environment, I think I'm really, really comfortable. I think, as I said, like, I've just surrounded myself with people that I'm comfortable with. And even with somebody, I know that I've worked with Paul now for the first time, but from the moment we started speaking, everything just clicked. And I think that I was just comfortable from the get-go.
Okay, and what was your first experience like in studio, and how old were you? Like, what was that like?
I think I was like 6 or 7. Yeah, 6 or 7. And then I went in to record like a couple covers back then. I think it was for school something. And it was pretty cool. I loved it. I remember that, like, all the other kids, they kept like pulling the foam, like the soundproofing foam off the walls. And I was like, guys, you can't do that. What are you doing? Like,
this is a serious work.
Yeah, this is serious. Me, like, whole 7 years old. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Okay, that's really awesome. I remember I can't remember my first time in studio. It was for a school play.
Yeah.
And I loved it, but it's still quite a nerve-wracking place because you that's where you make all your mistakes. That's where you got to perfect everything. You are writing in a very vulnerable place. Musicians. I mean, we're blessed with such a gift to express ourselves through music. And I think that when you're in studio, you're very vulnerable, but also live you are, because now there's not necessarily room for error.
Yeah.
There's no editing. There's no production. And I think live is awesome. And so, what is your most ultimate
Biggest dream, like I've always wanted to perform at Huawei Joburg Day.
Okay.
And then I would say obviously like my own tour one day, like overseas. If I could do that
You've done
again, that
that.
would be amazing. I have, but like I'm talking like way bigger venues. But I think it's all like a work in progress as well.
Okay, so I know the reason why, for those of you who don't know, Josh did a sold-out concert in Europe with a producer named Esther. He, as I said, sold out, very, very cool. What was that experience like? It's also in terms of getting out of your shell.
Yeah, hundreds. That was really really awesome. Exta's the best. I remember she played a couple songs with me while I was performing, and it really gave me space to almost like test out songs. Most of the songs, some of the songs on the album that's coming out actually in October. We actually performed on tour like at the beginning of last year, which is it's going to almost be 2 years before we've actually released it. So it's been a work in progress, but I love the tour so much. I got to connect with so many awesome people, and obviously grow my fan base as well.
Yeah, I think that's what's so nice about touring, especially internationally, is you learn so much. You get a different audience. You grow. You get to connect with the people, and I think that the tour you did with Sofa Sounds, that's such an intimate way. I mean, Lau has performed on Sofa Sounds.
Hundreds.
And I mean, Sam Smith found his opening artist on this, so it's such a great platform for artists. So much deeper than I thought it would be. So I'm reading Abigail's. I think it's quite a shock when people hear you sing, and like even your music video or whatever. It's like such an interesting thing because I think we don't expect to hear this powerful, deep voice. So
hundreds.
that's just a comment there. Everybody's saying hi.
It's cool.
So what is next in terms of, are you going to do another international tour? When obviously now we know.
Yes.
It's probably a depressing comment. Question to ask.
Yeah, definitely another European tour, UK and European tour, and possibly another South African tour as well.
Yeah, that'll be so
definitely,
especially because your music is everywhere right now. Whatever is on all the radio stations. Everybody loves it. So I think that growing yourself, just a live presence would be so cool. Just for your fans, for yourself. And I mean, South Africa, we do have a really cool live scene.
100%. Yeah.
Okay. And what was your favorite city to perform in when you did?
I would say, I loved Paris. Paris was awesome, but Southampton and also London. Those three. So I can't really decide, but it's out of those three, definitely.
You come across as somebody who just goes for their dream, and that's so incredibly inspiring. I wish I had that at your age.
Thank you so much.
I haven't been in other ways, but I've always been a bit scared. It's quite an intimidating little project we do. Not little, it's huge. What would you say is something that you find challenging in terms of yourself, and how do you overcome it?
I would say most probably being comfortable in my own skin. I've gotten to the stage now where I can't say that I don't care what people think, but I've definitely gotten way better than when I started my music career because I've opened myself up to people who can comment, who can share their opinion, and I'm completely open to it now. And I don't think I was like that before.
I think that can be a big hurdle to get over.
Yeah.
Human at the end of the day, for some reason, people over comments they forget about the human to human situation, and they just think what they want, and it's hurtful. There's a lot of things that are hurtful, so it's very cool at your age already. I mean, you're wise beyond your years, and you're not 17 really. But I think that both of us are a black hoodie, yes.
We planned it, guys.
The lockdown dress code.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool that you're on your way to mastering that, because it's quite hard, like putting yourself out there and for criticism of all different kinds. So that's really, really admirable. I think a lot of young people can learn from that as well, because I think social media, especially in the younger age groups, they live and breathe for social media.
Yeah.
And that defines a lot of who they are. Whether they get 5 likes or 400, that kind of forms their identity.
Yeah.
So I just wish that more people your age and younger could know that it's not about the person who did or didn't like your picture. There's so much more to it. And you're an artist, and you're paving your own way, which is absolutely incredible. label.
Yeah.
You're going for it full steam ahead, and I think that's admirable as well, because it's really cool. You're just saying this is my dream and I'm gonna go for it.
Yeah.
So in terms of that now, with going for it, and if you had no fears and you had one dream, obviously I'm sure it's got to do with music.
Yeah.
Where would you want to be end up?
Dreaming. I would say just being able to release music and have thousands of people, if not millions of people, listen to it and have it affect them. I'm a strong believer that like the work that you put out has to inspire change. And I think that if I can do that, then I've kind of accomplished my dream in a way.
That's so cool. That really is. There's a question here. I can get the name of the guy. Sorry. Nick Jeffrey said, "What are your thoughts on getting signed to a record label versus just releasing music independently? Is it worth going out and trying to get signed?"
I would say that there's a lot of incredible record labels out there. But as you said, I think that the era right now is all about independent artists, and myself, I'm also independent, and there's a bunch of ways that we can educate ourselves and empower ourselves to get more exposure, whether that be working with other companies or other agencies or other labels. You'll find that there's a lot more, I don't know how to word it, but I would say like modernizing. Currently, even contractually, you don't have to sign into a deal for 7 years to be successful anymore. You can maintain complete creative control and have a really, really great record label represent you and spread your music all over the world. So in answering his question, sorry, I would say that, if the right record label comes along, I think that, sign with them if you really believe it will benefit you. But there's so many options to staying independent. I don't think you should be like, I won't release music if I'm not signed. I think that you can still do that.
Yeah, I agree. I've had experience working with record labels. I'm a publicist, so I work with a lot of independent artists. I think where you are so lucky, as in this time, you have access to social media, you have access to digital distribution.
Yeah.
So you can do it on your own. There is budget involved. You do need to have somewhat of a budget. But I agree, and I think that if you do find the right record label, a record label that champions you, that supports your dreams, that once sees your vision, and it's not just going to leave you in the back to figure it out for yourself. And I think that's what some record labels do. So as Josh said, like if you find a record label that supports your vision and puts you at the front of whatever they're doing, I think I agree. And I like that you say that you don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Like if someone likes you, go for it. But it doesn't mean that you can't do it on your own. You approve of it.
Exactly. And I think that some of the most successful artists, from Stormzy to Chance the Rapper to Ed Sheeran, they started out independent. And even Billie Eilish, before she was signed to Interscope, she started out independent, and she was able to become successful in her own right, being independent. So don't let that word put you off in a way.
We are in a time where we have the world at our footstep. We can, as artists, if you have the right brand in mind, which I really do believe you understand a brand, you understand what your brand is, understand how to promote yourself in a way that suits your audience. And you've seen all these people commenting, you see it on your social media, you have such a great fan base, and you've done so well in knowing what a brand is. And I wish people I did brand degree, but I wish that people in schools could learn what a brand is, because I feel like if you have a brand, a solid brand, then you can build a business. And that's what you're doing with your career. You're building the business through an entrepreneurship mindset, but in a younger form, in a youthful form, and in a new modern way.
Yeah, definitely.
Very cool. Okay, well, it's been so nice chatting to you, and I think you've actually inspired me so much. This is what I want for this platform. It's nice to see that as an artist myself, somebody in a career, whether it's, I've got two brains. I'm an artist and I'm a publicist.
Yeah.
So I'm always struggling between the two, and there's challenges in both. So I'm so grateful you are, doing so well, that are going for it, not scared, just, chasing the dreams. And I think that's what life should be about. I think
100%.
I'm a true believer in chasing your passion. And I think that also is what is going to make you
definitely
come out at the end of this, because you chase your passion every single day. And even though you're studying a business degree, correct?
Yes, yeah.
At the same time, proper hustler. So juggling everything. Last question.
Yes.
Before we go. Lockdown. I know so many people are battling with writer's block at the moment.
Yeah.
They are battling and not even just with music, but just creatively, they're struggling. Are you battling with that, or are you kind of using this time to, I don't know,
I would say, from a writer's block perspective, I don't think we should like count it down to lockdown. I've written some really great songs. I was just saying, like, I've written some really, really great songs during lockdown. And I've also experienced writer's block, but I don't think we should try and connect it to lockdown in a way. I think that there's a lot of growth and like positivity that comes from, I don't know, being with yourself and reflecting.
I agree.
So, yeah.
Well, that's really, really like admirable that you're using, because I think it is tough, and I think you're not stimulated in the way that you would be being out and about listening to. Well, I guess we're very lucky now we can listen to lots of music, which I think is really cool for you, that you can listen now when people are captive. They're sitting there waiting for new content. So it's really cool that you can use this time to write and use it productively and effectively, and you're still in the studio creating, which is really, really cool.
Hundreds.
And I think you should be so proud of yourself. You're doing so well, and I'm so excited for everybody to hear your new song, see the video that you directed, which is really cool as well. And I hope to see more of the videos you direct, because you are very involved in your whole creative process.
Yeah.
So thank you. Keep inspiring, keep motivating.
Of course.
And thank you for having time with me. I really do want to have another one with you at a later stage when the album's out.
Of course, awesome.
That's what I'm very excited for.
Yeah.
And do you have any questions? Anything you want to touch on?
No, thank you so much for setting this up. I think it's really empowering. It's really, really cool.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad. That's kind of the concept.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Everybody, if you want to catch Josh Middleton, do you want to just tell everybody where to find your music, what the song is?
Yeah. So you guys can follow me anywhere on social media at Josh Middleton SA. And my brand new single, Somebody Sorry, drops tomorrow. It's actually tonight at midnight. But you guys can
stay up.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah. But the link's in my bio if you can't find it. So just tap that.
And I'll share everything on all the different pages that you'll see this video on. Thank you so much, Josh.
Awesome. Thank you so much, eh?
And I'll chat soon.
Awesome. Okay, cool. Cheers. Okay, bye.